Hello, everyone. I'm Priya Dasarathi. I'm an engineer turned special educator. Here, I created a communication page using or pages using Google Slides. It also has audio button which we can use to activate. For this can be used by children who are nonverbal or individuals who are nonverbal. So this is how it works. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to present and then I'm going to go ahead and it's loading. Okay. So this is in my first language, Tamil. Let me show you. And people who speak whose first language or is different than English, or families who are bilingual or multilingual, they can create as many pages as they want. And the best thing about recording our voices is we can record using the sibling's voice or parent's voice or the which is similar to the child with disability. So I'm going to go ahead and show how it works. Non பாட்டு கேட்கணும். So this says I want to hear music in Tamil. So similarly, I created a page which has all English with, as you can see, the text here. I want music, please. So this is how it works. I'm going to go ahead and show how we can customize and create our own page for our children. So this, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus button so I can add a new slide. I do not want any text box, so I'm just go ahead and delete all the text box that are by default present on the slide. Instead, I'm going to insert table with grids. You can select as many grids as you want, but as the number of grids increase, it's going to look smaller. So it depends on the child's vision and also the parent's choice. So here I'm going to, since this is just a trial one, I'm just going to go ahead and click the maybe probably 2 by 3, which means 2 columns and 3 rows. So I just did that. The table is so little, so I'm going to select the table, drag the corners, and then make it big as the size of my slides. Drag it and make sure it fits. Okay, so now I want to use the first row as the title page. So I'm going to go ahead and merge these two cells. For this, I need to select these two cells, I'm sorry, and wait a minute, this and this. I'm going to right click and say merge cells. That's it. And then I think the borders of the grids are not as visible. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the color to black. Also change the thickness to 8. So it's clearly visible that each grid is a separate entity where we can add different symbols for each grid, into each grid. So I'm going to go ahead and make the first first row look thin, because that's the title, which doesn't have to be as big as other grids where we put our images. I'm going to select the font 30 and then make it bold so we can easily see and read. I label this as feelings. Okay, I think it didn't change the font, so I'm going to go ahead and change the font. Now it says feelings. For students or children who have vision impairments, we can also make sure that the grid color, background of the grid's color is different. I'm going to select this yellow, so it's bright. And also, now I start adding photos, audio, and text. So since this is feeling, I'm going to say, okay, so first of all, I'm going to say I feel or I am. For this, again, I'm going to merge these two cells and add one photo. I'm going to copy the photo from my previous slide. If you don't want to copy, or if you don't have any other template to copy an image from, you can always go to Insert, go to Image. You can either upload from the downloaded image on your computer, or you can go to the Drive, or you can go to the Photos and Insert. And then I'm going to add a text box. The reason why I'm adding text box instead of directly typing is I can move around, I can play around, I can just move the entire text instead of every time deleting and then writing or typing again. So that's the main reason why I want text. I prefer text box. That's not the only option. We can also start typing directly, since this is just, each grid is a table. So we can do that. I'm going to go ahead and again select number 30 and then make it bold. I want to say I am. All right, so this is so long, it's long, so I'm just going to make it shorter, less narrow, and then short. So it says I am. But I typed, but we want it to be verbal. So I am going to add an audio to this. Usually I prefer doing video without image. So I record using my phone using the video button, and I do not record without with the image. So that I'll show you how it works, how I did. So I'm going to go say insert video, and I already have, as you can see, I already have some of the videos here. So I'm just going to say I selected one of those. As you can see, it's large enough to hide my grids. So I'm just going to drag and make it look little as possible, because all I need to do is I just want the triangle play button, which most children on students are familiar with. So the play button, triangle means play button. And yes, that's all. You can make it bigger or smaller. It's up to us. So we can, for if you like, you can make it larger by just dragging the corners. Now it's all set. I'll show you. None. Okay. It's in my first language, which is I. I want to say I'm happy. I'm going to again copy the image and paste it on another grid and say happy. Obviously this looks happy, so I'm just going to say happy. And I'm going to add a text box that says happy. And select the font size as 30. You can select any number that can fit in this grid, in each grid. Say I'm happy. We can make it bold. It's okay, it's up to us. So I'm just going to make it bold and adjust the sides so that it fits in one sentence, one simple text box in a single line. I'm going to make this photo look smaller, and then now you see why I added text box inside a grid, because it's easy to drag and drop. It doesn't matter how long the text is. It's easy. It's just you just need to drag the entire text box. Okay, now I need to add another video that says I'm happy as the text. The reason why I prefer recording voice as video is I can get the MP4 format, which is compatible with anything, with docs, Google Slides, and it's very easy to embed. When I recorded using my screen recordings or with some other devices, the voice recordings were all on a different format, which I had to change, convert it to Google Slides compatible version. So that's the reason why I prefer using the video without an image. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add a video. So this is the one I want, which I didn't label correctly, but this is the one. I'm going to make it look very little. Add it next. I want it to be consistent with the previous slides where the audio button, the play button is on the left hand side of the image, of the text also. So I'm going to go ahead and make that change right now. It's going to be like this. See, I can play around this text box as a whole complete sentence. I'm not doing anything else, just moving it around. So now we're all set. So it says, we cannot say am. I says, I am happy. Or we can say I am and then just happy. It's up to us. So now if I want it to look like a page, each page, now it's more of a slide where I can manipulate everything, manipulate the text, I can modify the text or the image or accidentally delete it, but I don't want any of those to happen. So what I'm going to do is I want it to look like each page. So for this, you just need to go to File, look at this, say Publish to the web. But that there is a little catch because if you're publishing it to the web, it's pretty much available to anyone. So whoever has the link, they can see this. So if you're using the photo of the child, make sure that it is available to anyone with the link. So I'm okay with doing that. So I'm fine because it's all my images and I am going to publish to the web. And it says every 3 seconds. If you ask me, it doesn't actually matter because we can control it. I'll show you how. I'm going to say publish. It says, are you sure you want to publish? I'm going to say yes by clicking OK. So you got the link now, as you can see. As you can see, I opened a new tab. I'm going to go ahead and click paste, which the link I copied, and hit enter. As you can see, my slides are pretty much pages now. They're not slides anymore. So they're just pages. And I'll go ahead and click I want to play. Please. I'm going to show you, okay, this one, which we just made together. Non. Am happy. I'm sorry, the first one is in my first language. So that's all. Non. Am happy. So this is how we can create our own communication book or communication pages, which can or make the existing one into a digital version. And if you have touch screen like a tablet, we can always put the link on the browser and then use touch screen button, touch screen to click on these buttons and initiate. I hope you found this helpful, and I also hope some of the families will benefit from this. And it's absolutely free, and I'm really grateful to Google for coming up with this great application, which has multiple millions of features, which can be manipulated the way we want to use it. And thank you. If you have any questions, please email me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have, or if you want me to walk over the step or want to create a page with you, I'm also available to do that. Thank you very much.